Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. Last couple days have been very busy on the Street Fighter 6 front, to say the least. But we're still not done yet, because if we look at the original trailer, there's still a lot more to be found. Yes, I know where there was the big leak, and if you don't know, check the link at the end of this video. You can find it there. But there's a lot of little Easter eggs in the original Street Fighter 6 trailer shown. So in this video, we're going to go nice and slow-mo, bring out the magnifying glass, and look at everything there is to look at. So that said, let's get to it. So here we are in Metro City. This is the original trailer, and even in these opening establishing shots, before we get to any of the gameplay mechanics, there is a lot to be found here. So let's zoom in just a little bit. How about an ad for oil, and not just any oil, Hakan Special Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Yes, sir. Hakan, unfortunately, is not a playable character in Street Fighter 6, at least, maybe in the future, Season 1 DLC or something, right? But he's still shilling the merch. If you want to buy that Hakan oil in Metro City, you can definitely get it. Getting hungry? How about some Final Feast burgers? Obviously a little bit of a pun on Final Fight, and Final Fight, naturally enough, takes place in Metro City. Speaking of Metro City, the city has a bit of an odd ad campaign. Here's our rundown, graffitied up slums, and here's Andore, or maybe it is proper Hugo. Well, we don't know just yet, but it's an Andore family member at the very least. Here's a prominent gang member in our city. We have an ad featuring our big lady. If you saw the leaks, this is going to be one of the playable characters in Street Fighter 6. Now, this bit's very interesting here. So running an ad here, red and blue, this is very much Gil's motif, the boss of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Now, it looks like a bit of an ad, like they're shilling a self-help kind of deal, right? Call us, we'll fix your life. Big happy family. Now, will the Illuminati matter in the story of Street Fighter 6? We don't know. Street Fighter 6 is now the current endpoint of the timeline. It's past Street Fighter 3, it's past Street Fighter 5, so we'll have to wait and see. But another little fun thing. The image you are seeing is actually originally one of the endings from Third Strike. It's Yun's ending when Gil is trying to basically sell him on everything that's going on. Big happy family, mom, dad, kid, elephant, and ox, the way it's meant to be. So potentially a hint of story stuff in the future. On another angle here on this blue LCD, so we see this is Luke's logo, like the wings with the V there. That's Luke's logo. Natural born fighter, power and speed, once a fighter. Who knows what that actually means, but that is definitely Luke's logo. Time will tell and reveal what that actually means, but there it is, right? And then we get a big pull-out shot here, and there's just a lot more going on. So first up here is Hugo. This is proper Hugo. This is not an Andore, right? And Giant Attack is a reference to Street Fighter 3 Second Impact. So there's actually an ad here, and this is what this billboard is referencing. Hugo was added to Street Fighter 3 during Second Impact. So basically, it's like a Godzilla King Kong sort of thing going on. Here's the Giant Attack. Hugo's here. Now that we know the leaks, that might be DJ. We got the long braided hair here in this ad, so this could be Kimberly of all people, now that we know, what the characters look like. And basically that's a lot just from a quick establishing shot, and there's probably even some things I missed. So if you're particularly eagle-eyed, point out in the comments. So here's an establishing shot of the Metro City waterfront. You can see the not Statue of Liberty, which means it's facing right by the bay. So this is the area you fight Abigail in the original Final Fight game. So you can see the same statue looking across the water. Also visible in Abigail's proper stage in Street Fighter 5. And speaking of Abigail, this is his shop right here, Abigail's Scrap Metal. It's a different time of day, but as you can see here, this is the Street Fighter 5 stage on the left. It's definitely the same building. Here we have a big statue of the famous mayor of Metro City, Mike Hagar, but also if we zoom in a little bit closer here, states Mike Hagar Metro City Revitalization Memorial. So Metro City maybe not as down in the dumps as it used to be like 80s crime-ridden gang city, right? But it also says memorial, so did something happen to Mike Hagar? It's a bit of ominous wording for Metro City's favorite son. Now here is a shot of Damned. So Damned is famous for being the first boss on the first stage of Final Fight 1. And you can see here he's got a little creeper shot on you. Might figure into the single player story mode one way or another. Big thing here is Mad Gear, I guess, has evolved into a motorcycle gang. It is specifically Mad Gear MC now. Later, you can also see him just in the absolute corner of a shot, and he is the president of the Mad Gear Motorcycle Club, just so you know. So he is the leader now of Mad Gear. There is all sorts of Mad Gear in this game, it would seem. In the background here of the stage, you can see one of the Andores, who knows which one it is, and also Roxy. No, that is not Poison, that is Roxy's colors. Also, Damned is in the background on the same stage, so he might be a story important character, but do not expect him to be necessarily a playable character in the game. Whatever the story is, though, is going to be a lot of Mad Gear, so you got to assume someday down the road, Hugo and Poison will show up as well. From the story bit, hey, bit of a hat here, a bit of a trench coat. Could that possibly be Q? It's a stretch, but not impossible. Now on the character front, Ryu, he's wearing something very similar to Oro's robe. It is the same color scheme, same color grading, so it would appear to be. Now, after the events of Street Fighter 3, Ryu took up training under Oro. So now with, older, wiser, all that kind of stuff, he's kind of transitioned on to a master himself. So it could very well be that Oro gifted him the robe. For Chun-Li, the young girl here would more than likely be Li Fen. So Li Fen is the girl that she rescued in the story mode of Street Fighter 5. And later on, you would see like her endings in Street Fighter 3. She would go on to teach her and many other kids. Teaching them in the School of Hard Knocks, though, because Chun-Li is more than willing to kick them in the back of the head. And one last little thing I noticed here. So when we are introduced to the Battle Hub, where normally a lot of the online play will be happening, right? You can see the character there just kind of standing off to the side, and that is absolutely the same character from the open world segment. However, there is some small differences. One, the guy in the open world segment has blue gloves versus the guy in the Battle Hub has red gloves, right? The guy in the Battle Hub also has a vest over the hoodie, and the hood is also down, right? So that speaks to a degree of character customization. Like, things can change. They are not one-to-one the same. They're mostly similar. Like, the hoodie is the same hoodie, just he's wearing the vest in the other shot, right? But yeah, so you can create a character to a degree. I don't know how advanced it'll be, but there is definitely character creation going on here for sure. So your virtual avatar in your open world and online will be for you to decide what they look like. That is my belief. And that's what I have for you today, my friends. So some interesting things, and there's going to be a lot more great stuff to come. Once again, Street Fighter 6 is going to be a very big deal. Please check the channel for updates whenever they happen. I'll definitely be covering the hell out of Street Fighter 6. If there's anything I missed, please post in the comments below so everyone can know. And otherwise, well, we're at the end of the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Street Fighter.